All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Help with Natalie Cuomo. I'm so excited. I'm here with comedian Aaron Berg.
What's up?
What's up, Aaron?
What a smooth, nice morning.
Yes.
No complaining.
Yes.
This is great. Nice studio.
Thank you.
This is
you.
yours. This is part of your house.
Exactly.
And you moved here when?
May 1st.
May 1st.
Yeah.
Nice. It's really nice.
Thank you.
Did you look for something with a studio this sizable?
Yeah, I did. It was hard to find in Jersey City, but
Yeah.
I found it.
And you live here with your fiance?
I do.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Daniel.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan. There he is.
He's naked.
This is, yeah, it's weird. What's that like?
What? Seeing him naked?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like it?
I do like it.
You comment on it when you see him?
Yeah, we're always naked.
What do you guys say to each other?
Nice penis.
Do you say that?
Yeah, then I just grab it.
Like that?
Yeah.
Jokingly?
Yeah, I like doing that.
You guys grope.
Yes.
My wife doesn't let me grope. She gets
Really?
all grossed out.
She doesn't let you grope?
I used to I thought that was sexy. You grope and you'd be like, oh yeah. She thinks it's creepy.
No, creepy is sexy if you're together.
She doesn't get it.
Everything that other people do that would be creepy. If he does it, I'm like, oh, he loves me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. My wife doesn't. I have to still date her and pretend it's new. That's what
Really?
I've learned.
Even with a child at home.
When you think that you get married and you're like, hey, let's bone. And then it doesn't work that way.
You have to do a whole thing.
Yeah. You have to be romantic and pretend like you just met her. That's
I
what I have to do.
I like. Do you actually like feet stuff?
No, I boned her feet once. And
You
then I was
did?
like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know why. I mean, they're not. I'm going to rank things here.
Okay.
A hand is cool. Look, if I were to ever cheat on the road, which I've never done, but sometimes I talk to Christine and I say, hey, would this be okay? If I were to get, and I'm not a big prostitute guy. I've had prostitutes before. I got real turned off. They just started going downhill. But
What do you mean? What didn't you like?
I had one where she's just like, this is taking too long. Can you finish yourself? Like,
No.
yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad prostitute.
Where'd you find her?
Ottawa, Ontario,
Oh,
Canada.
Okay.
I think a hand is cool if it's a stranger. Like if I just met a girl and I was in a hotel.
Right.
And she was like, oh, hey, what's up? Can I do this with my hand? I think that'd be hot. I think boobs are cool to do it with.
Boobs are fun. Boobs are hot.
Yeah, but then it's like if you're going to cheat, your only options are hand, foot, boobs.
Really?
Because if you go beach, you could catch something. Then you
True.
take it home. If you go full sex, you could catch something.
It's funny. I feel like a lot of I had this thing. I was like, all male comics cheat on the road, except Aaron Berg.
Yeah. Do you really think it's
Yeah,
just not me?
I've had conversations with
God.
people where they're like, not Aaron, except Aaron.
And I get it. I get offers.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at you. You used to be a male stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't bring it up a lot, but I get it. So that's common knowledge that I don't.
Yeah.
See, if I rode that out for another 5 years, then if I did it,
You
then
could
I'd be
do-
like, what are you, crazy?
Everyone knows I'm a good guy.
Yeah. Boy, you think other guys do. But other guys also have deals where they're like, what happens on the road stays on the road. And then
Really?
they just
They
get
have
to
deals?
My ex-fiance was fine with it. She's like, if you go on the... But then I never did.
Because
I
she
never
was
wanted
fine with
to.
it.
Yeah.
Then it's not.
She's like, I just don't want to know about it. That's what she would say.
Wow.
Which is perfect. But now it's like, now if someone said that, you're worried they're going to know about it. I think with Instagram and stuff, it's easy to be like, oh, your husband boned me last night.
Yeah.
But that'd be so cool. If I could just go on the road and do sex, that'd make the road way more fun.
Really?
I think so.
So you get a lot of offers.
Not a lot, but I get some.
Yeah.
And I'm also very outgoing. I could just walk up to someone on the street and be like, hey, what's going on? And then an hour later, do sex on them.
I'm always I'm always a very forward person. Like with Dan, I was the one who made the first move.
What'd you say? Nice penis?
I said, well, he gave me and my mom a ride home. And then I was like, why don't you park the car?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, really? And my mom was like, really? And that's it.
So that's where your joke comes from about
Yep.
him coming over to your mom's house.
Yeah.
And then he stayed over that night.
He did.
It's so creepy.
It's
Ugh.
nice to have moved out.
Yeah, now.
It changes everything, my entire perspective on like life now that I'm like I'm like,
half an adult.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you have your own apartment.
like, I'm paying for this with comedy. It helped my confidence a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, not for you.
I guess, but I mean, I still think it's creepy that you took him over to your mom's house the first night.
Oh, she's 2 floors up.
She couldn't hear anything.
No, she couldn't hear. I mean, she probably figured,
Yeah.
but it's whatever.
Where'd he drive you guys home from?
From the stand.
Your mom was there for what?
It was like my special taping,
Yeah.
and my mom came, and then basically this girl was supposed to host. She fucking cancels day of,
Yeah.
and I asked Dan to host instead.
Who was it? Chloe LeBranch?
No, but yeah, that's what happened.
And
So-
now you guys are together and you're going to get married.
I know. What's it like being married to a comic? You know.
It's real bad for several years.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Did you guys tour together at all?
No,
Why?
I don't want to. Sometimes I like being with my wife on the road. Took her on the road a couple times. But, and I mean, we're at a very good point in our relationship now, but I also think it's because, I've sacrificed in other places in my life. But I wouldn't always want my wife. It would be like a nice break for me to get away. But now it's harder. I have a kid and stuff, and you don't want to be away. So it's a pain in the butt to be away. But you guys tour together.
I do, yeah.
But you guys still get along all the time.
Yeah, it's fun. I feel like it forced us to be people that like truly communicate. Like I feel like in other relationships, maybe I didn't always voice my feelings, but like when I'm upset about something, I'm able to talk about it, and like you kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
If you're
Do you
gonna
argue? Do you yell?
I yell. He stays calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Why do you yell? Because your period?
period. Yeah, I always am PMSing. Every time I yell afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I think I was PMSing.
Yeah. It's
I was
good
definitely
that girls,
PMSing.
most people don't think girls have a smart enough brain to know that they were on their period,
Yeah.
but they do. Like my
thing-
wife now will be like, oh, period.
But-
and now your period does that.
The worst part is though when you're not, and you're like, oh, my period didn't come, but I'm just a bitch.
Yeah.
But
It's amazing that a few years ago, if you'd be like, what are you, on your period? People would be so
They'd be
upset.
offended.
And now it's like, you have to ask. And even guys, you don't know. They could have their periods.
now they can.
Guys have periods
You
now.
have a pretty edgy sense of humor. Did you always?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I think I stopped caring now. I'm done.
Yeah.
So I really don't have any filter. So whatever there was before, and I'm talking like even last week, I'm so much deeper in now. Like I literally don't care.
Does it feel good?
Yeah, it feels good. But and now it's like I want to bomb more. I want to walk people. I want people to be offended, which is a weird place to be.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I've been killing for so many years. And
Right.
it's just like, okay, I'm done. It's like, you got to see that. And now it's like, I'm going to, I mean, I don't want to suck, obviously, but yeah, I'm just going to take so many chances and just say things that you're technically not supposed to say and just really kind of speak my truth now, I think.
I like that. I think that's what you should do.
Yeah, but I've been programmed to be an entertainer for so many years.
Do you really censor yourself on stage?
I don't censor myself, but I feel like I haven't taken the chance. I always want the audience to have fun. Like the audience is so much of what I do, and I want them to laugh, and that's the dialogue. It's like a jazz thing where it's like boom, 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 and you want them to hit these laughs, and that becomes part of the musical enticement of comedy to me.
You're so good at knowing exactly where to push the limit to. Like you don't make people uncomfortable. It's like just enough not to make people uncomfortable and to make them laugh when maybe other comics wouldn't be able to say things like.
Yeah.
Like I like when you ask people to do a Chinese accent in the front row.
Yeah.
Like you think I could ever like have the confidence to do that? Maybe.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I don't know. I remember. Yeah, I did do that, and he did.
And he
do
did it.
Yeah.
And he did it. It's so funny.
Yeah. There's some funny stuff that happens. There's like a freedom to stand up that I just feel like I haven't been exploiting enough lately, and I'm gonna kind of go at it. So like this week, I was talking about the guy that got choked on the subway, and then I think I want to delve into the notion of like reparations in California and stuff like that. And I think that stuff like that, to be taken on without even a political slant to it, is important. I don't think enough comics talk about stuff like that. I see comics that are selling out theaters that are like, are you guys dating? Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I get it. Everybody does that stuff, but it's so elementary and rudimentary that it's like, I feel like, I never wanted to just be a good comic. I wanted to be one of the best comics and an original. And I feel like I need to push myself and challenge myself. And I'm like almost broke now, too. Like I gave up a job that I had for years. I walked away from a job where I was making good money, at that old network I used to be at. And now I'm just making stand-up money. So it's like that. There's something artistic about leaving that money behind and just being like, okay, I'm broke now. So it's like, I have to provide for my family, and I got to pay for a house, and I got to pay for cars, and I got to figure out how to do it. And to quote Busta Rhymes, there is no other option. This has to work.
I like that. It forces you to. That's what I had a therapist that said, if you have a backup plan, it means you believe you need one. You got to just throw yourself.
Everyone, you could have heard that from anyone. It didn't have to be
All right,
a therapist.
he's not great. He's not great.
Who was it, Alan?
No.
Did you ever go to Alan?
No, I never went to the comic
Alan
therapist.
stinks. He's one of the worst therapists in the world.
Of course.
All the comics went to this guy. He sucked.
It's the thing
he
is,
sucks.
you can't go to a therapist that your friends go to. That's all automatically.
Why?
Because it's a conflict of interest.
Why is that?
Because they're not supposed to actually know the people that you're talking about.
He knew everybody.
It's ridiculous.
He used to say Gary Goldman's special was better than mine.
He's just a nosy fuck.
Yeah, he's a nosy
Sorry that
fuck.
you don't talk about grapefruits.
Who doesn't talk about grapefruits?
Gary, he talks about fruits.
Oh, yeah. Does he talk about grapefruits?
Yeah, he talks about grapefruits, how they ruin a fruit salad.
Yeah, whatever, Alan. Alan stinks. Let's make a clip out of this. There's a horrible therapist in New York City named Alan, and he just does comics, and none of them have been helped. Some of them are doing well ticket selling wise.
Yes.
But Alan, you're messing up people's lives. We get it. You used to work with Jackie Mason. You know who else worked with Jackie Mason? Who cares? He's Jackie Mason. Tell him to call his daughter Sheba Mason and sort that out. Alan, you sort that shit out with Jackie and Sheba, then maybe you can be a therapist.
And Alan, it's too late because Jackie's dead.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
You fucking killed him. You fucking sick son of a bitch. You call yourself a therapist and one of your fucking patients is dead?
Couldn't save his life.
Never got to talk to Sheba.
No.
No, she made a play about
some
it.
good jokes
Did
about
you go
it
see
too.
the play?
I didn't. Did you?
She asked me to be in it.
Yeah.
And it's like a musical, but I don't really sing. But she's like, you can sing a little bit. So I want to see it. It's about her.
Yeah.
Here's the clip. Watch.
There you go, Sheba. Wait, so Aaron, I like to ask the best advice you ever received.
Yeah.
What do you think that would be?
If you're doing, nothing.
What?
If everybody likes what you're doing something wrong.
Really?
Mr. Cole was who taught me that. So I'll give you some background to the story. When I was 16, I moved around a lot of high schools. I was a bad kid. Did drugs at my first one. I'd skip class. They sent me to second school. There I started hanging out with a gang. Got sent to private school. There I got arrested. After that, I got sent to a boarding school. So this boarding school, it was like a sleepaway boarding school. It's like 2 hours away from Toronto. Gorgeous place. It's called, and I don't want to say what it's called, but it was a beautiful lake, and Kurt Russell and what's his wife's name? Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Is it Meg Ryan?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was. Who's Kurt Russell married to? They had a cottage. I mean, this is back when $1 million cottages were unheard of. This is 28 years ago. This gorgeous place where all these millionaires lived, and Hollywood stars had these places in Canada. That's how beautiful it was. And I got sent to this boarding school, and it was either you go to this boarding school or you go to the military academy. I didn't want to go to the military. I thought that was like jail. So I went to this boarding school, and you couldn't smoke, couldn't drink. There was girls there and boys, but we'd sneak out and go finger girls and stuff with consent.
Yes.
And you were just like, it wasn't the army.
You just go out.
Yeah. And then so I had a teacher named Mr. Cole, and I'd get in trouble. I'd drink, I'd smoke. I got suspended several times. Mr. Cole was the English teacher, and it just kind of made me aware of like free speech and rebellion and stuff. And I was in 12th grade, and I started writing this newspaper editing called the school was called Rosso Lake College, the Rosso Review, and it was like this edgy. We just make fun, and this was back when there was a slave day. This is how long ago this was.
Wait, what do you mean there was a slave day?
So for a day, the students could make the teachers be their slaves.
What do you mean?
This is a real thing. So it was like to raise money. So the students all $5, $10, and we'd be like, all right, I buy Mr. Cornish. You had no idea. We had no idea how wrong this was at the time. And bear in mind, it's all white people. We had one black dude in the school.
Was he a teacher?
No, he was, oh, God, I forget his name. Venice. His name was Venice.
What a good name.
Amazing soccer player. Really good guy. And surprisingly, there was no racism at the school. I think because everyone knew.
Yeah.
You just don't do everyone.
It's Canada.
And there was a Mexican guy. I think this is really weird. There was one guy from Mexico. We'd make fun of him a lot. But we didn't know anything about Mexico. In Canada, you don't have Mexicans.
Yep.
We thought he was Indian. We had no idea. So I started doing this paper. So we'd cover Slave Day, and we'd be like, Slave Day, how the slave trades are going. We didn't know.
That's crazy.
We didn't know. And there was no real slavery in Canada compared to America.
Totally.
It's huge down here. It's a big thing.
You had no idea.
They love slavery here. It's big. It built the country. Did you know that? Country was built on slavery. Do you know now they're going to give reparations away in California? Everyone's going to get $382,000 because slavery, and I don't know if you know this or not, it's bad. It's not a good thing.
It is bad.
It's not good. Human beings are all intrinsically created equal. No one is above or below anybody else. Did you know that?
I did.
So you can't just make someone, especially based on the way they look, the color of your skin. That's a gift from God. You're doing what you think is God's work. It's wrong. Slavery's wrong.
Yes.
So I'm not afraid to say it. Slavery's wrong. See, yeah, normal slavery, I still stick by it. Bad.
You like sex slavery?
No.
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 Oh, not with Christine?
I don't know. Now you got me thinking I should be on the road fucking people.
No, you should. Don't do that.
What do you mean? It's in my head now.
I put it in your head?
Yeah.
'Cause everyone thinks you don't do it?
I don't do it, but now you're saying I should do it.
I don't think you should do it.
You're saying I should just get hand jobs.
No hand jobs. I think just bring the flashlight. You'll be fine.
Do? I don't have a flashlight, but it's like, what would I do? Do you just look at the girl while she's giving you a handy?
I think hand jobs are really awkward because the only time I give a hand job is when I'm tired of blowing.
She has to be like kneeling in front of me and doing that.
Okay, I can see that. You can't just sit there like.
So do you have kids? I'll ask her that and stuff. My point is, we had Slave Day, and we'd make the teachers be a slave. And I don't remember this clearly, but this weekend I'll see people that I went to that school with, I think. So the point was, I made this newspaper, and it was funny. Someone sent me old copies of it. It's really funny. And it was satire before I even knew that I think I was funny back then, but I didn't know that I was going to go into being funny and making a living at it for 22 years and then quitting and becoming a police officer in New Jersey. I didn't know that. So,
by the way, police officers are hot. Before I was with Dan, I was like, maybe a Jersey police officer.
You don't think here's my fear of dating a cop. They'll cheat on you.
Why?
Come on. And then if you break up with them, they could plant drugs on you. They
could do anything.
Did you see the movie with Ray Liotta?
No.
There's a movie with Ray Liotta, and he's a cop, and this couple moves into his neighborhood, and he falls in love with the wife. Starts doing all this bad shit. You can't do it.
That's a brilliant
You can't hook up with
idea.
a cop. I forget the name of it. You got to check it out. I'm not going to go on my phone now and find it, but you got to check it out. God, I forget the name of it. But, yeah, cops would do also.
Can't smoke weed. Oh, now you can.
You probably can now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't think they do. What did Mr. Cole say?
So I'm handing out the newspaper, the Rosso Review. We'd hand them out. They'd have announcements at lunch. And the Rosso Review will be handed out after lunch. And then some people would be like, boo. So I'd go up and hand it out. I had somebody else. Patty Ryan worked with me. Patty was this tall blonde chick, kind of looks like a Simpsons character. Sarah Hayter Margaret James. We called her Large Marge. And so we'd hand at the and some people would be like, I'm not reading that crap. Because we'd call out like the principal or the headmaster. And we'd be like, why is the headmaster making us shovel the driveways? Our parents pay $20,000 a year to send us here. Hire somebody like Carlos's relatives. Like it was really edgy at the time. So then I remember my head was all down, and Mr. Cole walked by, and there was still a stack of papers because not everyone took them. There was maybe 120 people at the school, and he looked at me and he goes, "Controversy, huh?" Some people don't like it. He goes, "If everybody likes what you're doing something wrong."
Huh. What does that mean to you? Like, why?
It means, and I'll think about this when I'm doing too well. If everyone loves me, like I need some people to dislike what I'm doing. Because not all.
Because that means you have that means you have an opinion.
It means that there's something challenging happening, I think.
Yes, and it makes people question things for sure.
I mean, there's supposed to be conversation. There's supposed to be. You're supposed to butt heads. You're not supposed to see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah. So you've published 2 books about America.
One was Mr. Manners. It was about sex and fun stuff. And then the other one was American Etiquette, proper etiquette, failing upwardly in a Fox News nation.
What? You're a Canadian, though.
I'm an American now.
Well, you're an American.
Yeah, but it was it's satire. I mean, that's what I do is satire, right? It's basically just taking everything that's going on in the world and giving it the voice, which is just me. So it's like that's why when people get upset about comedy, they're like, oh, that's racist, that's sexist. But it's just, no, those are things in society that you're just putting back out under a comedic microscope.
Right, like you can't just pretend that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and why would you want to? I mean, I think, comics talk about the good comics talk about the most important stuff. I mean, there's other good comics, storytellers and stuff like that, but good comics talk about what's going on in the world right now. And it's also supposed to be a bit of an outside voice. So it's like, I was talking with this guy on the golf course yesterday, and he's like, are you conservative? And I said, well, I was very liberal when I grew up, and then I started making money, and I became more conservative. I said, if you're asking me who I vote, I go, I'll probably vote Republican this election. And he's like, that must be difficult to be in the business that you're in where everybody's very liberal. And I said, I don't think that everybody's really that liberal because, like, a lot of people seem like they are, but once you talk to them about the issues you want to talk about, you'll find out more people are either right-leaning or not as far left-leaning as they used to be. But I think that's also a political thing because the way politics of the left has gone so left and the right has gone so right.
It really bothers me. I feel like it literally like tears families apart. Like people don't realize you're just people. Your opinion, it's important to have different opinions. It's important to have conversations. Just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean that they're the devil.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind that you wouldn't just treat someone as a person, especially if you're like related to them. Or I feel like people online don't realize the extent that they're taking it.
Yeah, like, but it's so extreme online.
It's
like I'll yell at Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez online and be like, "You're a dumb bitch. You're stupid." She like the guy that got choked. She's like, "We need to take better care of these people." I'm like, "You're the one that fucking advocated for bail reform. You're the reason he's on the street. You stupid twat." But if I saw her in real life, I'd be like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on this?"
That is fair.
And then I'd ask her to make me a drink. Because she used to be a bartender.
Really?
It's a success story.
Are you sober?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Are you?
I don't drink.
You stopped.
I stopped.
Why? You used to hit Dan?
No. I don't know. I didn't really like, I drank a lot in high school, and then I didn't really like the feeling, and I felt awkward. I was always being offered drinks at clubs and stuff, and I don't like drinking before a set or around people that I already have social anxiety. And then Dan doesn't drink. He was like just getting sober. So I was like, actually the last night I had a drink is the first night we were together. And then I was just I don't really need to drink if my partner's not drinking. I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
My wife boozes it up in front of me. Yeah, she don't give a shit.
No, I feel.
And once she was like, maybe you should drink after I was sober. Karen Fian had to sit her down and be like, you really shouldn't say that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My wife's nuts. Yeah.
Good person.
It's insane. Yeah, she's better now.
I don't know. It's interesting because now I feel like afraid. Like if I took a sip of alcohol, I'd be like, what would happen to me?
Yeah, me too. I think I drank a beer by accident.
Yeah.
Because I order like
the zero
beer. Yeah. And I think one place like this dumb bitch that gave me this fucking fucked up Starbucks.
We're gonna go fuck her
I
up.
asked for half calf. She gave me cream half. So I don't even know what that is. So I probably said, do you have any zero alcohol beer? And they're like, yeah. And they probably just fucked up. They brought it to me in a glass. And I remember drinking, and I was like, I taste it. And then like an hour later, I'm like, why do I have a headache?
Yeah.
So
Did you
I
get sick?
Drank it. No, just had like a headache. But I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And I'm fine. I mean, I don't.
That one person broke your sobriety.
Yeah, but I don't think it really
doesn't. No,
mattered.
it doesn't.
But I miss getting fucked up a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get fucked up once.
I definitely still get fucked up with weed, but it's not. I have an addictive personality. So it's like whenever I do something, it's like 100%.
Yeah, but I think we just say that.
Yeah?
I mean, I say the same thing. I don't think we really. I think that's a cop out. I don't think we really. I think we can have moderation. I think it's easy to be an addict and easy to fall back on being an addict.
It is true.
It is, and it's so accepted. We think of ourselves as brave for being like, oh, I have an addictive personality, but it's like so do so many people that we know.
Right.
I think it's almost braver to be like, you know what, I've got this under control. I can drink twice a year, but I don't know if I can.
No.
I might be a pussy in that regard.
I mean, I don't think that makes you a pussy. I think that's just.
You have to deal with what makes you an addict, and most of us don't want to deal with that trauma, even though we can locate it and we know exactly what it is.
Lately, I've been having so much anxiety before bed. Like, I'll be fine all day, and then before bed, like, I just think, like, we're all gonna die, and then I can't sleep. And it's like, if I don't sleep watching Seinfeld, The Office, something fucking stupid, fall asleep to that, stupid in a good way, then I just have, like, crazy, like, I'm gonna die. My parents are gonna die one day, and like I don't know why.
Everyone's gonna die.
I know. I don't know why. Lately, I've been obsessing over it.
You taking some Xannies?
No, I should take some. How do people deal with this? Like, we just have this fact that we just walk around with.
I'll take Xannies once in a while, but then I have to stop because I'm like, oh, I'll get depressed or and I only take half of the lowest dose, but it'll put you right to sleep.
It's like my mom. She takes 1/4 of 0.25. I'm like,
yeah,
whatever works.
Yeah, I take a half of a 0.25. Yeah, get some Xannies, but you got to deal with that. You shouldn't be doing that.
I feel like that's the real thing I'm working on right now. I'm like, I don't know why that's so hard for me to accept, and it feels like such a scary thing.
Also, New York does that to you.
Yeah.
New York makes you not want to sleep.
Yeah, it does.
So much going on and so many other people making it, and you're just thinking about we're just taken out of the moment. You know what I mean? We're not in the moment.
It's so I feel like I'm just like chasing this thing, and even when I get it, I'm still chasing the next thing, and that's definitely part of it as well. Like that, I think that's also part of like what makes you an addict, to always be chasing something.
Yeah, and it's not good. I mean, all these successful people that we look at that we think are successful, most of them are fat pigs. Like some of them got like a lot of money, but I'm sure that their fucking home lives are shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about balance. Got to figure it out.
Family.
Yeah, family's important.
So, I love Piper, by the way.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so cute.
She's a great kid.
I like her. I like that. I've babysitted her at clubs when you're on stage, so I feel like we've got a little.
You guys have a
friends.
connection?
Yeah.
She likes you?
Yep.
She doesn't like everybody.
She likes me.
Yeah.
So your special 25 sets.
Yeah.
You broke the record.
Yeah.
For a number of stand-up sets. What did you learn that night that you didn't expect?
What did I learn that night? I think in retrospect, I learned how I'll do something big but not think it's big. I didn't think it was big. I just knew I would do it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do 25 sets. And then you look back on it, and people still talk about it like 6 years later. Like, I'll get calls from LA, like, dude, how many sets did you do?
It's a lot of sets.
It's a lot of sets. I mean, it's insane. That's a lot of sets.
That's at least, I mean, that's like 3 hours of stand-up, right? Together?
Let's see. Average set was like about 12 to 15 minutes. I mean, I don't think it's about the time. I think it's about the running around.
Well, yeah, that as well, but it's still.
But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of. I think somebody, if they really set their mind to it, could beat it. I don't think I would beat it.
What was the original number?
13. I almost double. I was trying to double it.
Yeah.
I had it scheduled. I was going to double it, but I couldn't. Some got canceled. Other ones I couldn't get to. It was an amazing feeling to do that many shows. Like, and the shows weren't all good, but it's like that was the magic of New York, was that some of it was shit.
I like doing shitty shows sometimes. And you're just like, you don't have to give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, I start to hate it, and then I start to feel not funny. Don't you start to feel not funny?
Yeah, definitely. And then you see other shows with really great crowds that you're not on, and you're like, damn, if I was on this show.
I hate great crowds.
I hate when everyone else is like, they were great. Then you have to go up there with this fucking pressure.
I don't listen to, no matter what someone tells me, I go, it doesn't matter what you tell me.
Yeah.
You're going to do great. And I go, ugh. I say that. I'll go, ugh. And they go, oh, you're going to love this crowd. I'm like, who cares? No one cares.
That's true.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Why do you care if you do well? Like, I don't. Pete Lee said in the 25 sets, and it didn't make it in the final cut, but he was like, with Aaron, you can never tell if the crowd's good or not, because he'll come off stage and go, oh, they're great. And you can go up and bomb, because it's a different thing. I don't know.
You're a different person.
You just have to, I just talk to them, and then, I don't know.
I have a distinct memory. I was doing a bringer show at Stand Up New York, and I think you were closing it out. And whoever booked it was like, you guys, you all have to come. You got to see Aaron. You got to get in there. And that was like my first memory of you.
Yeah.
And you were great.
Was it great?
Yep.
I remember when you broke up with your old boyfriend. Remember that?
I do.
Where'd we go on the road to? We went to somewhere in Connecticut.
Yeah, we went. And your dog was in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
And my dog?
A little Chihuahua.
You sure?
Yeah, we were. It was like we drove up there. It was like a weird. It had a restaurant in the front. Larry Bay was on the show.
Yeah.
The dog.
Why'd I bring my dog?
I don't know, but the dog was in the car in a little crate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Cute little dog.
Yeah.
What do you? So you were engaged once before, Christine?
Yeah.
What?
You were engaged how many times?
Once.
No,
before.
More.
No, I know people think that just once.
I heard 7.
From who?
I don't know.
Did someone really say I was engaged?
I think like 2 or 3.
Who said that?
Someone told me that.
No.
Were you engaged more than once?
No, you get one failed engagement, then everyone's like, ah.
You got to say if there was more than one.
Only one engagement I've had.
Was it the guy that I knew?
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew him.
Yeah, you did know him.
I have pictures of us together on a rooftop in Brooklyn.
It's so funny. My stepbrother hates me for some reason. Like, he thinks I'm just a bad person because of comedy. And it's been like a big riff in my family. And I distinctly remember he was like telling my dad, he's like, she's doing anti-mask shows with Aaron Berg on the roof. I'm like, anti-mask? And I have 3 stepbrothers, so now I see none of them because I feel so awkward. Like, one of them hates me. They all must hate me. But
family stuff is hard.
Yeah.
I never talked about my family on stage. I had like one joke about my dad being a lawyer, and then it's really hard. But then there's other guys like John Leguizamo. That's his whole fucking claim to fame. Like, and then my cousin Nino was like, ay, oh míos. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's good to talk about family. I always talk so much about myself. I would like to be like a little bit more like behind a wall, but also I guess that's who I am. I just say everything. I think it's like easier for some people to just talk about family, but I don't know. Fuck, comedy sucks.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, brother and a sister, and I don't talk about either of them. And my sister and I are in like the midst of an argument right now. We're barely even talking, and I'm like, maybe I should turn that into comedy. But I'm like, I don't even know how to, I don't know where the funny is in that.
Yeah.
And I always viewed family as like a sacred thing that you're just like, okay, I'm going to leave that out of here.
Right.
And I think some people do make that choice to do that. But then other people are like, I got this crazy aunt. And oh, man, she goes to the Walmart and she just loves getting turtles. Not the turtles you eat.
And I'm like, okay.
Crazy Aunt Luann. You guys know, this guy knows what I'm talking about. You got a crazy aunt? My aunt's dead. Oh. What'd she die from?
Salmonella.
Breast cancer. Oh, boy. Yeah. Did you spot it early enough? I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about this. It'd be so funny just trying to get someone to talk
Keep getting
about their
information.
Did you have a mastectomy or something? Is that what it's called when they chop off her diseased tit? Yeah, she How was that? Not good, man. She had no health care. Her whole family's broke. Oh, man. Didn't spread, though, did it? Yeah, it went to her bowels. Oh.
That's the worst.
Oh, man. Poop and blood, I bet. Yeah, she was.
Little bag next to the bed.
Could you just do some jokes or something?
I remember asking these women in the front how they knew each other, and they're like, but they knew each other from their husbands. I'm like, oh, where are your husbands? They wouldn't answer, and then they're like, they're dead. And then afterwards, she came up to me. She's like, she was wasted. She's like, my husband, he's in a box on the hutch. Like over and over.
Yeah.
It became just a line. Dan and I started saying, a box on the hutch.
Yeah.
It's where her husband is.
Yeah, dead.
Dead in a box.
Some people don't care.
Yeah.
Usually drunks take it to the extreme. If I can't laugh about it, then what am I supposed to do? And it's like, wait, feel it for a little bit. But yeah, drunks do that a lot. Where they're like, you're supposed to laugh at everything.
I definitely don't think ashes freak me out because I don't know. I'm like, are you really getting the person you think?
I don't think that there's an ash scam happening at mausoleums throughout the country.
So Dan had this dog, Snowball, and his mom went to pick up the ashes, and she's like devastated, obviously. Then she looks at the bottom, and it's a different dog's name on the bottom, and so she goes back, and she's like, this is not my dog's ashes, like this. And then they're like, oh, we're so sorry. And then they give her something back, and like she's like, I know that this is a different dog. Now they have.
Wow.
They said they returned the right ashes, but
yeah, they fucked up.
They fucked up.
Oh, that's sad. You think they do that with people too?
That has me thinking.
How
like,
are you gonna go? You gonna get burnt?
I think maybe I'll be buried.
Where?
Maybe burnt or buried.
Where?
Around here somewhere.
New York area.
Yeah.
Queens.
Yeah. What about you?
There's one Jewish cemetery that's like an edgy Jew cemetery near Toronto.
Really?
It's the only one that buries Jews with tattoos.
Oh my God! You know I'm Jewish.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I am Jewish.
You have a last name that's not Jewish.
My mother is
you
Jewish.
Don't carry yourself Jewish.
The Uber driver told me that I am Jewish.
Which Uber driver? This
Today,
one?
yes.
Why are you buying that?
He's from Israel.
And he said you're Jewish.
I have to pee so bad, but it's not. Yesterday I had to get an ultrasound because I had like a cyst.
Yeah.
So I go and you
Dirty cum.
Yeah, exactly. Dirty cum.
Cyst on your ovary?
Yep.
Dirty cum.
And so then you have to go and they make you drink
cum.
Cum and water. You have to keep it in for an hour. Just like having to piss so fucking bad. I go, I do this thing. It was I've never had to pee like this.
Yeah.
And just like, it's miserable. I go, I do it. I'm 10 minutes away and they call me and they're like, we forgot to take some pictures. Can you come back?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So then you went back.
I went back.
They just wanted to take pictures of your box.
They wanted to take more pictures.
Not of inside.
The inside and the top.
The top. Why do they're not supposed to want to take pictures of the top of your
Last
box?
time she only did, so I went 3 months ago. She went inside.
Yeah.
Awkward. I've been talking about this on stage. It's like my favorite shit, but it was very awkward. I'm just lying there. We didn't talk. Yesterday, this bitch, she was asking me about my tattoo. I felt like we were on a date.
Yeah.
She's asking me about my tattoos. And then when she called for me to come back, I was like, oh. But it was, no. She did the top and the inside.
They took the cyst off.
No.
I thought I got a girl pregnant years ago.
Yeah.
We're trying to find out where she is. We can't locate this girl. I don't think she's dead. But it was this stripper I used to date. Her name was Sunshine. And she was not a good lady. She had 2 kids. She was, at that time, probably 21. She already had 2 kids.
Wow.
And great sex. She was really, I still got pictures of her. And we used condoms at first, and we stopped using condoms, and I'd pull out, which should work, right? And then she's like, she had a very deep voice because she smokes a lot of cigarettes.
Sunshine.
And she said, Brandon. That was my name. It was Brandon. That was my stripper name.
Really?
Brandon, we need to talk. And I go, hey, what's up? She's like, I miss my period. Like, okay, let me call you back. And I talked to Sergio, this other guy's stripper. He's like, buddy, you need to tell this woman you are not having a baby with her. She is fucking insane. This, I tell you, look me in my eyes, will ruin your fucking life. If you fucking stay with this, I'm like, maybe I should marry her. And I literally was thinking that. And he's like, do not fucking marry this chick. She is, no offense, stripper trash slut. That's what she is. I tell you this. So I was like, all right, well, so let's figure out what our options are. She's like, there's no options. I don't believe in anything. If I did, you think I would already have 2 kids? I'm keeping this baby.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And I was living in this apartment. It was like $700 a month in Toronto. And this is way back then. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And I think we went to the doctor. And it was like a cyst on her ovary. And I was like, yeah! I thought it was like ovarian cancer. I was like, oh, thank God.
Thank God you're just going to die.
Yeah, but maybe she died. But I'm trying to track her down. And then I'm thinking about this other girl.
Wait, do you think she actually she wasn't pregnant at all?
No, she wasn't
okay.
pregnant.
And what's the other girl?
She left me for a drug dealer.
Really?
Trudy left me for this coke dealer named Carlos. He had a Lamborghini, yellow Lamborghini. She loved drugs. And then this other girl that she used to strip and give me all of her money.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Some people would say it was a pimp, but I wasn't a pimp. I was just a guy.
I thought she was just doing it to be nice.
I would have sex with her, but I also said, if you want to be with me, I'm high maintenance. You got to give me some dough.
Really? And she was like, yeah.
I used to be fucking shredded and fucking 9 1/4 inch.
It's funny. I was just about to ask if you were a romantic, and that answered it for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm romantic now.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was like, oh, I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm like, what's going to happen when she finds it? Like, I'm fearing I'm going to go on Rogan. She's going to see me on Rogan and be like, there's that guy. And then I'm like, I never dealt with that. And then last night, as I was falling asleep, I remembered, oh, I already did deal with it. Because maybe 5 years into comedy, I was at this bar called Einstein's in Toronto. And someone at the back, this guy Adam McFun goes, there's some really hot chick right back there that wants to see you. And I go, fuck off. And I looked, and it was her. And I felt like I'd seen a ghost. I was like, oh, because you always think that part of your life you leave behind. Like that stripper part of my life was only a couple years, very condensed, but then I moved away. I went to a different town, different side of the country, finished my degree, came back, went into something totally unrelated to that, and I was like, that's all done. And then I saw her, and it was like seeing a ghost, because obviously I was like aware of the bad thing. It was a bad thing. Like this girl was like a straight A student, 18 years old, and, you know, she fell in love with me. And I was like, if you want to be with me, you got to make dough. You got to strip. You got to do. And she became a stripper.
Really?
And
you turned her into a stripper?
I mean, I give her the option.
Hey, she has free will.
Yeah. And then I saw her, and she looks at, and I go, hey. And she goes, remember me? And I go, yeah. I go, it was a few years ago, and I feel bad, but we all make our choices, right? And she's like, I was 18. I was a straight A student. I go, yeah. And this fucking sucks.
Reminds me of the Uber driver's daughter.
Have a good night. That's what I said. So I've dealt with it, but I blocked that moment out when I dealt with it.
Yeah.
Because you know when you feel like such shit, like you're just like,
You're like,
it's like seeing a ghost.
Yeah, the ghost that told you ruined their life. You're like, no, she left you.
Boy, these things we do. What did the Uber driver's daughter do?
She got straight A's. He showed me her report card this morning.
She's gonna be a fucking
stripper. Well, she's going on vacation with 3 dudes, so she's about to get fucked.
Is she?
Yeah.
Where's she going?
I don't know why. She's going to London, Italy. They're going to travel for a month.
They don't fuck on trips like that.
Really? I was trying to think of a situation. What kind of girl goes on
go to like a fuck place to fuck. I'll tell you the most I ever fucked was like a ski vacation.
Really?
Me and Suzanne Sheriff when I was dating her. This is, and then I left her for this girl Kathy that gave me chlamydia. But, gross. But.
How bad is chlamydia?
Come on.
It's bad.
You've had it.
I've never had chlamydia.
Come on.
I joke about it, but I've never had it.
You've never had chlamydia?
No, I had a syphilis scare, but that was it.
How long did you have syphilis for?
I did not have syphilis. I just came positive. They were like, the COVID vaccine. They said the COVID vaccine can make you come up positive for syphilis.
No, you had syph.
I did not have it.
Chlamydia's bad. I had it once, like 8 times. But, like, yeah, it's bad because you're just like, now you just take a pill and it knocks it out. But Suzanne Sheriff and I went to the ski vacation, and I was like 19. And, you know, when you're 19, you just want to fuck.
Yeah.
We literally fucked probably 18 times, like in 24 hours.
That's amazing.
It was insane. Remember, she farted in my face once by accident.
I love that.
69ing, and then and then we just started laughing.
That's my favorite intimacy, like disgusting intimacy.
Why?
Because I don't know, because it's special. I mean, obviously, I like sex better, but like, I think like
you like popping zits.
I like popping zits. I like pooping in front of each other. Just like, you know, vulnerability.
Yeah.
Do you and Christine poop in front of each other?
We poop with the door open.
Yeah.
Her poops stink. Mine are great.
Do you like
smell of poo? No. Do you? You
no,
clearly do.
I don't. I genuinely don't.
Yeah.
No.
You do.
I don't.
Look and you go, yum, yum, yum.
Like,
Yeah.
But I'm not, no. My dad always pooped with the door open because he didn't like the smell.
He didn't like
his own smell, so he
wow.
opened the door.
It's creepy. What's the name of this podcast?
It's called Help. So basically, I have to pee so bad. This is what I like to do.
Yeah.
I like to pull a tarot card.
Okay.
Have you had fun?
Yeah. It's nice to talk. Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I had a good time talking.
Okay. Whatever. This is this tarot deck. It's called Cosmic Cunt. And you want to shuffle the deck? I'll pull a card for you.
Okay.
That's how I like to end it.
I like that you don't do all your nails.
I need to my nails. These nails?
Yeah.
I need to go. It looks bad, huh?
No, it doesn't look bad. I just thought that was part of your look.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a tattoo of Christine's name?
I have C.
Oh, see, you are romantic. And
That's
Piper.
my daughter's name.
All right.
Then I'm going to get white power on my chest.
Judgment.
Yeah.
That came in, let's see. It's your card.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to read from the book.
Okay.
Because I'm not that. Oh. Arise, Earthling. This is a time of awakening. You've been asleep, and the time has come to stretch your legs and plant your feet on the ground again. Prepare yourself for a big spiritual awakening.
Oh, yeah.
Does that sound right?
Totally sounds right.
I feel like, you're not giving a fuck.
Yeah, it's a big wake-up call. I feel like an artist again.
You are an artist,
yeah. But I didn't for a while.
What made you not feel like one?
I was chasing money for several years. I just was worried about money.
I mean, it's hard not to. You have to live.
Yeah.
I think, in a way, it helps me sometimes when I think about, like, hey, I just do need to make money. Then it takes me out of my head of even needing to do well sometimes because I'm like, I need to pay my rent.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, Aaron. Are you doing this on purpose?
Doing what?
Nothing.
Being quiet?
Yeah.
No, this is great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it feels it's right on. Let's do yours.
Please. Wait, you gotta. Oh, okay.
Sun.
Wow. Got a good one. Let's see. What's your astrological sign?
Virgo.
Really?
Hmm.
Are you very organized?
I think so.
Are we really going to go to Starbucks and
Yeah, once the cameras are rolling.
the sun is out and it is blinding. The sun casts everything into light. Get ready for some serious clarity. If things seem foggy or you're unsure, you're about to have your light bulb moment. While this may seem like a happy card, it can also cast light on things we prefer to stay in the shadows. Be prepared to find out things you weren't expecting.
Say it again.
You want me to read it again?
The sun is out and it is blinding. The sun casts everything into light. Get ready for some serious clarity. If things have seemed foggy or you're unsure, you're about to have your light bulb moment. While this may seem like a happy card, it can also cast light on the things we prefer to stay in the shadows. Be prepared to find out things you weren't expecting.
Thank you. Do you read to Piper
Mm-hmm.
every night?
When I'm home.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I could tell you have a good reading voice.
Yeah, I have a good voice.
I feel all dads have nice reading voices.
Do you think so?
Yeah, unless they're bad. But if you could tell if it's a good dad based on their reading voice.
I'm Woody Allen, and now you have to go to bed. Good night, New York. Good night, Moon. I think that'd be a horrible reading voice. Well, this has been great.
Thanks, Aaron. Where can people find you?
I'm right here.
Here you are. You got a
this
podcast,
moment.
Berg's Base.
Berg's Base, new show, Street Famous NYC, dropping everywhere. It's going to be very exciting. My dates are at aaronberg.com. I'll be on the road for the next few weeks, and then I'm going to quit. And then I will be a local police officer in New Jersey.
Well, you're going to nail test.
Thanks.
Believe in you.
It's pretty easy. The running's going to be the hardest part. I'm not a good runner.
You have to run?
Yeah, for the test.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to...
In case you have to chase criminals.
You have to be... I mean, I feel like you're fit enough. You can do it.
I'm a really bad runner.
Why?
And I get winded very quickly.
Running is fucking hard.
Yeah.
I run pretty slow.
I have to swim, too. I'm a good swimmer.
I like swimming. I feel like I'm always at peace around water.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Aaron, so much. Thank you
Thanks
guys
for
for
having me.
watching. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Natalie Cuomo, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Smash that subscribe like.